Hello, I've got a question for you. Is the Logitech G303 and G302 still usable in 2022? Let's answer this question together. Oh yeah, and happy Easter everybody!
Let's go!
First of all, let's talk about pretty obvious thing I changed. The cable. It's pretty trash on either one, like the G303 and G302. It's pretty trash. Then again, those mice are 7 to 8 years old, so that's that. I just swapped it out for a paracord from Dream Cables. I ordered it on Max Gaming. Yeah, this paracord is pretty good, and the stock cable is pretty trash. This mouse weighs it's pretty heavy for today's standards, and this cable still makes it unusable in my opinion. I really had to swap it out, and yeah, this paracord is pretty nice in my opinion. What I also had to change are the feet. I swapped them out for core pads because those were the easiest to get, and yeah, I'm pretty satisfied. I had to put those on the G303. There are ridges to simply put the feet, whatever, to put these edge feet thingies here. On the G303 there aren't, but you can just simply put it on the glossy thing, and they're not gonna make any issues at all. If you don't put them in, your mouse is pretty much going to wobble like crazy. It's pretty terrible in my opinion. So I really had to do that because otherwise I would not have enjoyed this mouse at all. And yeah, I wouldn't put in the feet around the sensor because then your mouse is going to wobble not from side to side but from front to back, and that's also pretty sucky to be honest. Yeah, what's not pretty sucky are the clicks. I swapped them out for KLGM 8.0s though because the ones I had were double clicking. What you also see at the bottom is the sensor, obviously. It's shining in your eyes. It's a pictured AM010. It's pretty old sensor, not the best. On the G303, the 3366 is way better, and you wouldn't have any issues with this one. And on this one, at 1600 dpi, there aren't really any issues besides the high LOD. It's pretty high to be honest. I think even higher than on the Viper Mini. Yeah, definitely higher than on the Viper Mini. But you can easily fix this with the tape mod. Yeah. Feet, swap them out. Cable, swap them out. Sensor, you can't swap it out, but it's not going to have any issues. Make any issues if you don't put the mouse, the DPI too high, like 2000 or more, or too low, like I think 400 is gonna easily like spinning out. But on 1600, feels pretty good, feels pretty snappy. Like I don't feel any difference to a like 3389 or Logitech Hero sensor. I mean, that definitely is like, but you don't feel it really, or I don't really feel it, so I wouldn't mind playing on this mouse. Yeah, what makes it harder though is the weight. The weight this mouse weighs 88 grams. Well, this mouse came out 8 years ago or something, and at 88 grams, I measured it at 88 grams, and yeah, it's pretty heavy to use, especially with a slower pad. It definitely takes some time to get used to, but still pretty nice. Scroll wheel is usable, definitely. It doesn't have any ridges or anything, just smooth plastic. And yeah, DPI button, side buttons aren't the best. DPI button is, well, usable. So, in conclusion then, would I recommend buying this mouse? Yes and no. Yes, because it's pretty unique shape and still pretty good nowadays, and even has made somewhat of a comeback on the G303 Shroud Edition. Not the same shape though, but still sort of similar. There are a lot of comparisons out there. The sides on the G303 are way more slanted, way more slanted, way higher angle, and it's also wider at the top. I think sort of the same at the bottom. Depending on where you grip, it might change, and it's also longer, I think. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed using this mouse. Would I recommend buying it? Depends. If you have to put in a lot of money, definitely not. This mouse is not worth like $100. I bought this one for $8. The G303 for 20, which is definitely usable. I fucked soldering up though, so now my right click isn't working. And this one, the sensor just stopped working, but I liked using it, so I ordered another one. Call me stupid, yes. Anyways, if you're an enthusiast and you already have a lot of mice but want to try this one out, yes, heck yes. It's still usable in 2022. Surely, G303, no issues. And G302, depending on the DPI, you might have or might not have some issues. Anyways, stay home, stay safe, cheerio!